pushing back against what they see as an unfair justice system, threatening a boycott that could have a major impact on the country's largest city. Some truck drivers say they're planning on refusing shipments to and from New York City in protest of that $355 million verdict against the former president in his business fraud trial. Drake Clark is live in Manhattan with the latest.
Y'all better stop playing with President Trump like that. Y'all gotta understand that this man does not need the president election in order to get the votes. He's already a business mogul. Y'all messing his businesses up. So now he's like, since he has the power of the union, right? What is he gonna do? He's gonna show his power. Y'all seen what happened when the Trump supporter came to the White House and bombarded the White House? Leave your comments down below. Who orchestrated that? Was it Trump? We're not gonna say it's Trump, right? Everyone's innocent until proven guilty, but it goes to show the support that he had with the people. The people are tired of sleepy Joe Biden. They're tired of him falling up. He driving, right? They falling asleep at the wheel. Now, how could I take order from somebody that can't even drive 30 minutes up the street, but yet he's running the United States or the corporation of the United States of America? I see why all these things are happening now. I guess the blind are leading the blind. Smash that like button, leave your thoughts down below. But Trump, he's not having it. Now, also make a connection with the Fani Willis, right? I don't think she's going to be able to take Trump to court. She's not, because he have enough dirt on her, right? If you're following the court case to know, hey, she's compromised. And if you're compromised, you know what's going to happen? They're going to sweep it right under the rug. That's what money do. Can we talk about it? I just want to talk about it. But let's continue.
Dre, what could this boycott do to prices, not just in New York, but for all of us across the
The
country?
side effects.
Well, certainly if truck drivers were to boycott New York City, the impact has the potential to be very damaging and very quickly. We're talking about supermarkets, big box stores, and other businesses that rely heavily on trucking. They would feel the pinch, and so would their customers. About 90.
New York is already going through what New York is going through. They're going through a migrant crisis right now. They can't even supply them. Read the book, Sold Out. Then you will understand the importance of truckers. This is how you get your food. This is why. The grocery stores only have enough food in case of emergency for 3 days, right? The truckers are en route every day or every other day to make sure that they're supplying, right, the demand. Without the supplier supplying the demand, guess what? Without the truckers being able to be a part of the supply chain, right? The chain is gonna break, it's gonna pop. And it takes years, right? And this is what we're going through now, the supply chain 2.0. It takes years to create another supply chain. Every product, like for instance, this hat right here, you would think, oh, he made this hat, or me, I made this hat, right? You would think that, right? And I give credit when credit's due. Yes, I made the hat. Yes, I created the hat, but I literally didn't make the hat, right? The parts and the components of the hat, from the hat to the sticker, to the machine, to the embroidery and all those other things, to the artwork, right? Comes from all over the world. So me as a stand-up guy, I would give credit to all over the world, which then creates this. Give credit when credit's due. So that's the importance of a supply chain. And if Trump controls, right, the union or in support of, he's a great business mogul. So he understands he probably owns a fleet of trucks that's very vital to New York. So if New York plan on suing him for something that allegedly, hypothetically, he did not do, then he must show his brute force and power, which is going to affect the world. See, New York is the financial hub, right? Which is now being moved to, I say, online. Wall Street, we no longer need to meet at Wall Street. For what? Meet me online on a Zoom call. You know, that's just the future generation of me that's thinking, right? Everywhere is Wall Street. We have a Wall Street blockchain. But that's a whole nother conversation. I'm just going to show you how things are changing, and obviously the man's not having it, and you will be affected by it. This would drive prices to go up. People already complaining about the food prices. Now you go in the grocery store, you only get one bag. Now, put a comment down below. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that this won't affect the people. Put a 2 in the chat if you think this is a chokehold against or political chess move against the court system in New York and Biden, right? And put a 3 in the chat if you really don't care about this. This will affect a lot of people, but let's continue.
Percent of communities here in New York City rely heavily on trucking to move their goods. This morning, we're on the Jersey side of the George Washington Bridge, and every day you can see hundreds, if not thousands, of trucks crossing the bridge from Jersey into the city. Meanwhile, one man is now telling truck drivers not to come to New York City after former President Trump was hit with that massive multi-million-dollar fine last week. Take a listen.
I've been on the radio talking to drivers for about the last hour 15 minutes, and I'm talking to at least 10 drivers going the other way. I'm heading down from South Wisconsin, and they're going to start refusing loads in New York City starting on Monday.
Yeah, the man calls him.
But not only is this affecting the citizens of New York, it's also affecting the migrants of New York, and it's also affecting the employees of New York. Because think about it. If they don't have their food, right? What's 1 + 1? The market's gonna drive up. Now, remember what I say, on this channel, we use problems, right, to create profits. This will be a highly profitable situation if you know which sector of the market you need to move. Maybe an option call, maybe a future, and maybe anything along that nature. Not financial advice, but learn how to make money off the problems, right? That's the solution.
Of Chicago Ray, and as of last night, his post on X, formerly Twitter, had garnered more than 6 million views and 60,000 likes. Former President Trump also caught wind of what Chicago Ray is doing and reposted Ray's video on his platform, Truth Social. But it's hard to ascertain exactly how many drivers are answering his call and what kind of impact it may have. It's not an organized effort, and the drivers expressing support for Chicago Ray, they're scattered all across the country. We did reach out to the Teamsters Union, the union representing many truck drivers, but did not get a response. We also contacted and tried to call at least the National Supermarket Association, which is based here in New York City, but did not get a response. Meanwhile, a Chicago Ray says he and other truckers are irate over Judge Arthur Engoron's fining former President Trump more than $355 million for fraud. Ray, like the former president, believes it's a form of election interference. Meanwhile, we talked to one driver who says she's joining the movement to boycott New York City, and she says if things go as planned, the city could pay a big price.
It could shut New York City down.
They are going to shut New York City down for this. But look at how many different ways that the political party try to attack Trump. In so many different ways. You attacked them, you took his social media down. You said that he did this and he did that, all these allegations. Now you're saying that he fraud New York. Like, what's next? You try to get him off the ballot, right? That didn't work. So now the way I see it is the man already won the election. He got the people. He literally already won the election. Now, put a comment in the chat, or put a 1 in the chat if you think Trump is going to win. Put a 2 in the chat if you think it's going to be Biden, and put a 3 in the chat if you don't believe in it because it's an election or it's a selection and you wasn't there on the board meeting when they decided who they wanted to represent. That part. Can we talk about it? I just want to talk about it, but let's continue.
And, I don't want to hurt the people of New York. That's not what I'm trying to do. But my part in it, if New York just loses 10%, just 10% of the trucks that go in there, their prices are going to skyrocket on everything from milk to eggs to any type of goods that the consumer needs. And
Told
when that
y'all.
happens, it's going to cost everybody more money.
I told y'all the side effects. It's like I can see the future. That is the side effect. It's going to skyrocket the prices on everything. It's the simplest supply-demand ratio, right? How do you plan on making profit from this? Figure out what companies are in New York that's running the circuit, that's running the board, that's running the food distribution industry, right? That's harboring these truck drivers, right? That's just a hint. Once again, this is not financial advice. You take your own risk. If you lose, that's on you. If you win, that's on you. And don't take my word for it. Look it up yourself. I tell people that. That's my disclaimer. Do not take my word for it. Do your own due diligence and look it up yourself.
Yeah, but not every truck driver is getting behind Chicago Ray's efforts. Many drivers responded saying that they would not support the former president because he was accused and now he's been found liable for causing fraud. They say also the New York City market is just too big to ignore. Marquis?
Yep. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to join in and
That part. On that note, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this one. Smash that like button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. If you're in New York, brace yourself, because this is when turbulence and turbulent times are occurring. And me, as a person, this is the greatest time to be alive. On that note, peace, blessings, and love. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is the beginning. This is not the end. Can we talk about it? I just want to talk about it. Another episode.